had an encounter a while back. Something happened to me that I just could not understand, couldn't explain. And it was related to prescription drugs. So just some stuff happened and I couldn't make sense out of it. And I spent a long time struggling to understand it, I guess, for myself. And it wasn't till a few months afterwards, I was at our church service in the morning, and after worship we went upstairs for coffee. And we were talking to the woman and her son that was kind of standing at this area here. We're just getting to know them. And there was another gentleman that was standing just off to the side, same vicinity, and I kind of thought perhaps that they were related, that this guy was the father or the husband or whatever. But anyways, I started talking to this guy, and he was really kind of seemed shaky, nervous, jittery sort of thing. And I got to talking to him. I thought maybe he's drank a little too much coffee. I mentioned that, and he kind of laughed. He's like, no, it's these medications that I'm taking. And he started telling me about this and what it's been doing to him. And he started talking about these things that I knew exactly what he was talking about. Things that perhaps people who hadn't been there would not have a clue what we were talking about, but I understood what this guy was saying, and he seemed to be explaining the very almost identical situation that I had experienced too. And it just, I felt real good about it because it was bringing clarity to the situation. It was like I was starting to understand what had happened, what was going on, and went back to service. Coffee time was over, and the pastor started talking, so go back down, and the whole time I'm just thinking, I want to talk to this guy some more. It was just, it was cool. You know, I wanted to hear more about what he had to say. I wanted to tell him what I had experienced a little bit more, but he wasn't there afterwards, couldn't find him, and that's when I went and talked to the woman. I had asked if her husband was around, and she said, well, that wasn't my husband. I don't know who that guy was, but she says, but I'm pretty sure that conversation that you guys had there was intended to happen. That had to happen. And I was like, yeah, it was. It was incredible. So God, the way he just placed this person at that time, at that place, you know, in that moment, like it was just awesome. Like I knew at that point that God wasn't going to just leave me hanging to figure this out for my own. He was going to put the people into my life, you know, to explain things, to kind of get me through it. And it was incredible. I learned so much. It was a divine appointment, and it was just an incredible experience, you know. Like maybe at the moment I couldn't tell, but in hindsight you look back and it's like, you know, God says to be kind to strangers because you never know when you might be entertaining angels.